So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to welcome the Chief Executive Officer of Accommodation at Trip.com Group, Mr. Ray Chen, as he comes today to share pivotal developments and insights from his division. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ray Chen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Shanghai. After several years not being in Shanghai, you must have seen many changes. Today, my topic is invariables in variables. The variables part will talk about some of the changes in the business trend. But more importantly, I will talk about the invariables. That is our business philosophy. Despite of the twists and turns, despite of the business boom and bust, it remains the same. Let's first talk about the market trend we are observing. These data are published by government agencies. 80% of domestic market recovery, 50% of outbound travel market recovery, and 103% of global travel market recovery. If we think about just 1 year ago, September 2022, had I told you that the number will look like this in next year, I think everyone would be very, very happy. But now, we're still not that satisfied. But considering how short that time period is, we are confident that in next year, we should be able to see full recovery all over the world, including domestic China and cross-boundary travel. When we look at the traveler sentiment to outbound China, it's obviously surging. And the data shows that over 60% of the consumers, they have the willingness to travel abroad this year, with 70% of them plan to travel in the second half of the year. And particularly for some of the festivals, the holiday seasons, the percentage is very high. When we look at the top destinations people want to travel, I think among the top are most of the short-haul destinations, including Southeast Asia country, Japan, Korea. But some of the long-haul destinations are also in the top 10, including France, Australia, and the United States. However, the travel sentiment does not totally translate to the actual trip. If we look at the flight search, the intention is very high. The search volume almost tripled 2019 level for the coming holiday. But it's blocked by the current flight capacity recovery and the visa application difficulties. So if you look at the top destinations for the flight and for the visa application, it's different from the previous top 10 cities. But we see that people's intention is there. When we look at the performance on Trip.com platform, we see great recovery. That's even more than the previous industry data I showed. If we look at the inbound data, that is the orange line, it's well above 2019 level, well above, a high double-digit increase. The blue line is the outbound trip. We are around 80% of recovery of 2019 level. That is 30% more than the industry recovery. Also, I want to highlight a couple of changes we've observed from the customer behavior. One is that our premium customers spend more on our platform. Nowadays, over 40% of the expenditure are coming from our high-tier members. That's the gold member or above. They spend at least annual spending is $7,000 US dollars. The second trend is that on our platform, the travelers become more and younger. Nowadays, over 60% of them are born after 1980s. I could only spend a very little time talking about the change, but I want to spend more time talking about what doesn't change. That's our business philosophy. I think there are 3 pillars for our business philosophy. Number 1, customer first. That is, we try hard to delight our customers by making sure a win-win situation for both travelers and partners. I'll detail on that. Number 2, we are technology driven. We consider ourselves a technical company more than a travel company. We try to understand the scenarios and try to get the system more efficient, try to make the experience better for our travelers and partners. And number 3, we value service more than anything else. We value service more than price advantage. We want to be the best service company because our customers are the most premium users in the group, and they value service more than anything else. Let me detail on those. Talking about the customer first, I want to use an example. That's the PPP program Jane just mentioned. Preferred Trip Partner program has been an upgrade of the previously known Medal program. We try to bring benefits to both the travelers and the partners to make it work. From traveler side, we will provide more trip coins, guaranteed parity price, and a better service to make sure that customer experience is good. And indeed, the customers has higher net promoter score after the stay. And from partner side, we give the label of sum up and give more recommendation in traffic redirecting. That turned out to have 60% of production lift for our partners. Also, we provide more marketing support, like more data tools, more review management, more powerful review management insights, right? And it turned out to give our partners ROI of 7. That's very, very high because the early adopters benefit more. The same rationale applies to any other programs, like our China point of sale program that has exposure of more than 50% of our users. And a package cross-sell program has over 25% of traffic coverage, including our Trip Plus tier membership, 30% traffic coverage. Over 50% of our partners joined at least one of these three programs, and it gets 20% increase in the room nights. And the ROI of those programs, on average, is from 2 to 4. Right? So basically, this illustrates how we are trying to make a win-win situation between travelers and partners. Next, talking about the technology-driven part. Right? Nowadays, if you go to Silicon Valley, you are not in the circle if you're not talking about AI. Right? We're also working on AI. But I think we take a little bit different approach. I think we are more pragmatic. We are pragmatic, I think, in 2 aspects. Number 1, we don't imagine we are going to disrupt the current user behavior, user experience, by creating a pure chat UI, right? We are trying to optimize our main funnel using the AI technology. That's number 1. Number 2, we are not trying to hold the AI as a hammer and to find the nails to punch on, right? But rather, we find what's the problems that's bothering our users, bothering our partners, and trying to find the way to leverage AI to solve the problem. This smart search shows an example. Also, we find that in our website search, there are 5 to 10% of the long tail searches. That's quite complex. It's a full sentence. Like, I want to find a hotel nearby with a swimming pool that's family friendly, blah, blah, blah. But we have no good way to actually understand that and give the right results. With large language model now coming out, we actually are able to solve this problem. We leverage the Trip Genie library, build our domain-specific large language model. Basically, we feed our travel data with 20 million tokens inside that model to train it, so that we can give relevant results in those long-tail searches. The end result, we see a conversion uplift of 3.81%. That means we bring 3.8% more orders to our partners. On the traveler side, we reduce the friction level, that reduce the time they need to search by 11%. Search is just one area that we apply AI technology. We use AI for many things else. Like we use it for multi-language translation in our website. We try to give our agents the tool to translate text or give them prompts. What's the emotion level of our customers? We use AI to do imaging processing. For example, if we get an image from our partner, we can immediately tell from a picture whether it's an ocean view or it's a parking lot view. Then we can label the product accordingly. When the user do any search, we can recommend the product accordingly and increase the relevance and the conversion. The top right side is the room mapping. We also enhanced the AI model behind year over year. In the past year, with the deep neural network model we're applying, we increased the room mapping rate by 15%. Also, we have this Trip Best program that recommends users with best-in-class hotels in a region for certain topic. In the back end, it's also our machine learning model that takes consideration of hundreds of features. This is the way that we apply AI to increase the product experience. But on the other side, we also apply AI to increase the work efficiency with our developers. With Copilot, we were able to increase our developers' efficiency by 18%, reduce their time to develop any feature by 19%. Adding together with the deployment, testing efforts, overall, we were able to increase our work throughput by 4%. Last, I talk about the service. These numbers just show how much resource we are putting on our service. Just for hotel business alone, we have over 4,000 service agents across the world, supporting 15 languages 24/7. The objective of our service department, customer service department, is the so-called HEAT, being heartwarming, being effortless to our customers. Our service agents are very active and being very trustworthy. Every month, we take over 15 million service requests. Of course, that significant amount of service requests cannot be handled by 4,000 agents. Even 40,000, you cannot handle that. But actually, with the AI chatbot, Jing just mentioned 70% are handled by AI chatbot, and another 20-30% handled by our product automation, we are actually being able to handle 97% of them without a human intervention. And only 3% comes to our service agents. And we were able to guarantee a 20-second service level agreement being picked up by 95%. Actually, most of the time, it's over 99%. Only when, peak season holidays, it's 95%. Similarly, we invested a significant amount of resource for our partner service. We have 1,000 service agents dedicated for our partner service, getting service requests from partners. Similarly, we also have a HEAT objective, that is being highly professional, enabling or empowering, and having the all-win notion, all-win mindset, and to be trustful of our partners. And we invest heavily on the risk control mechanism to block malicious orders, monthly 40,000. For example, if our partners mark the price by mistake, or the currency by mistake, we're able to block them. We also worked out 500 online courses to help partner professionals to learn domain knowledge. These just briefly talk about the pillars of our business philosophy, but they have to be built on a solid foundation of sustainability. It would be remiss if I just talk about them in a few minutes, but we will have a dedicated session later to talk about this. But here, I really just want to highlight 3 things, call out the 3 important things. Number 1 is we recognize there's a customer need for sustainability. Our global customers, 80% of them has the need, they care about sustainability, and they want to choose sustainable product. Number 2, we set a pledge. We want to work with the industry to reduce carbon emission by 55% in the next 10 years. And third, we are trying to work on a solution. The solution number 1 is to come out a measurement mechanism. And second, we will have a labeling system to show to the users what are the low carbon emission hotels and encourage them to book the low carbon hotels. These are just some demo for what will be the product look like when we come out. That it's still a work in progress. This is just a preview. So basically in the list page, in the filter page, in the room list page, room detail page, we will all have exposure of what is low carbon emission and how to choose low carbon emission hotels. Okay, I talk about the philosophy of customer first and our technology-driven concept and the effort on the service side. And also briefly touched upon the sustainability foundation. All those efforts point to a common goal. That is also our company's mission, which is to pursue the perfect trip for a better world. Thank you.